as far as that, we'll be out here in field goal period. It'll be silent. They'll be saying, "Hey, windmill guy, you're wide right," or trying to throw me off. But I think everybody was just as happy as I was, and they, in my position, would have probably celebrated the same way. I think.
Is the windmill? I mean, do people come up to you and talk about that, or do it for you, or has that kind of made you famous?
Oh, every once in a while, it's made me I would say B-list famous. No, but not famous, but it's kicker famous. But so I'll have people who will try to Facebook me and send me a video of their kid in Pee Wee football who windmilled after an extra point or something. I mean, it's been really fun for me for how many people have reached out to me or just will say they watched the kick or they were happy we won, or it's just been very cool.
The kids don't repeat what you said, do they?
Absolutely not. Hopefully they were asleep and just saw the replay. But
what about you this year? You've had a little more consistency the second half of the season. What's been going well for you?
Well, first of all, it was rough. I had a good off season, felt confident, and there's always going to be adversity, and you never know when it's going to strike. So, starting off the season, definitely not the way we wanted to. I don't know, it might have been just a rhythm thing, and then pretty much just the second half of the season, it's just been, as we've. My mentality is every point's important, and so I've just been going out and trying to, give our team everything we can, knowing that we've been in some close games and some ones that, we wish would have gone the other way. And it's just been, for me, coming out here every day in practice, trying to set the tone for not only the specialists, but for some other guys. If you can look to me for confidence, or if I can just impact you, if you see, the work that I'm putting in, maybe that'll help you, come around too.
As a senior, can you imagine a better way to go out on top, beating number 2 Ohio State in your, Spartan Stadium?
Definitely not. I was just thinking about this. If we were to beat Ohio State, that'd mean I'd be 3-1 against them. That's a claim that I don't think too many people can make, especially with them, number 2 ranked. Our season might not have gone exactly as planned, but I think we still have so much to play for, and just to trip them up and in Spartan Stadium, never beating them here. I think that'd be, awesome.
Do you remember the first time you visited Spartan Stadium?
The first time I visited Spartan Stadium was actually a spring game, I guess, 2012. So before I was, or actually, it must have been, it was actually in the camp. But the first time I saw, anybody play, I didn't get to see, regular season game in Spartan Stadium because the way my recruitment, ended up. But I knew from the moment I stepped in there in camp, I had a great performance, and I just, was in awe of being in there. And then, for the spring game, I was just ready, to see what the atmosphere would be like on game days, and definitely doesn't fail.
How do you want the senior class to be remembered?
I think, a lot of us will remember, obviously, the great times we've had here. I think all the seniors have, that means we played in a Rose Bowl, 2 Cotton Bowls, and 2 Big Ten championships. And as much as this year hasn't been wins, losses, the way we want it, I think there's never been a waver in our effort, and I think that's what it comes down to. And I think at times we might have taken for granted a little bit, winning on some of those close games, and you don't really think twice about it. But I think it just shows the level of competition, and we're so close, but above all, we've never given up. I think our effort and our toughness has still been a factor in all those games, all the close ones. So I think we'll just want to be remembered as any Spartan would, as tough and never giving up, relentless effort, and at the end of the day, champions.
I think we all know what your favorite on-field memory is. Do you have one that's off the field that you'll always remember here at Michigan State?
Probably my favorite off-the-field memory would be shortly after the Ohio State game when I went to the basketball game against Eastern Michigan. And I think Connor Cook and Shalik, a couple guys got cool little front row seats, and I had just gone with a friend and was just sitting a bunch of rows up, and randomly during a TV timeout the camera found me, and I had the guys behind me were yelling at me to stand up, and I was like, no, I don't want to. And then obviously I started windmilling, and just that was just unbelievable. That I don't know, to have the whole stadium kind of arena Breslin smile, cheering for you, and that was just a very cool moment.
Has it even gone through your head that you could possibly kick another game winner against Ohio State? Has that even crossed your mind that it could come down to that again?
It definitely has. I think when I'm mentally preparing for any game, I tell myself, all right, you're gonna have a 4 field goal game, 1 over 50. You got to be ready for pretty much anything. So, I think the way it's setting up, I would expect us to be extremely competitive. I think it's gonna be a close game. And you know, I would just be ecstatic if I had another opportunity, you know, to have another game winner.